everything unpackaged of what I'm going to be epoxying here. This is going to be the epoxy of the ailerons. We'll be epoxying the elevator section and the rudder section with using 30-minute epoxy here. And some of the stuff I'll be using: tape, 30-minute epoxy, my Dremel tool, 3-in-1 oil, some mixing sticks, and the little pins that are going to hold the aileron areas together. So let me get you guys a closer picture of here what's laid out on the table. Then I'll remove some of the stuff and we'll start epoxying in each area. We'll go ahead and let them sit for 30 minutes, and hopefully I get everything dry fitted. I'll fit everything on the L-39 itself. Then I'll go outside and get you guys a side-by-side picture of the difference of my 90mm L-39 and the 76-inch millimeter L-39. See how larger that bigger L-39 is. So let's let you guys see what I have laid out on the table a little bit closer. Okay guys, so we can see here's some of the materials that I will be using. Got everything set out here as far as the pieces that are going to be connecting. I have some tape, my Dremel tool for roughing up the edges that I will be epoxying together. I have 30-minute epoxy. I have some 3-in-1 oil for when we apply the pins in between the wings. I will drop oil here, making sure that the epoxy doesn't seal the joints together. I have the elevator section pieces ready here. The drop tanks that go on the side of the wings. And we have the wings here. The flaps are already been installed for me. So pretty much I'll be adding the ailerons on the wings. So let me go ahead and mix me some epoxy, and we'll start gluing these parts together. Okay, so I'll start with the rudder area here. We have the little pins that go on here that move back and forth. I'm going to go ahead and put some 3-in-1 oil on there because I don't want the epoxy to lock the area if it does smear out. Let's go ahead and dip this in here. Get a little bit inside the hole of where the joint's going to go. Now we got to remember that we want to make sure the pin moves from left to right as the rudder would move. So we got that first one did. Appears to be in there pretty straight, left to right. Go ahead and just do the same step with the next one. Drop a little 3-in-1 oil on there so that epoxy doesn't lock that piece up. Dip it inside the 30-minute epoxy, let it drain inside there a little bit. Go ahead and slide that one in place. Do it one more time here. Some more 30-minute epoxy. Make sure it drains inside the hole there. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure these are all straight. We have them there, so I'm going to go ahead and let those dry. Slide those out the way over here. Next I'll do the elevator section. Three-in-1 oil here. Dip it inside the 30-minute epoxy. Whoa. Let's see here. They put tape inside here. Probably when they were painted, they put tape inside there, so I couldn't see the holes there. There we have it. Kind of made me nervous there for a second. Thought I had to drill my own holes. So I'm just going to drop some more 30-minute epoxy as I did with the rudder section. Drop it inside the hole there. Now these, we want to make sure it goes up and down. Up and down. Make sure they're straight. Same step here. Just going to keep repeating the same step. Go ahead and drop the epoxy inside the hole. Make sure it goes up and down, left and right, straight. Some more oil. Also at the same time, while dropping this oil on here, we want to give us a stiff surface. Also not allowing a 30-minute epoxy to harden that surface up to where it should be movable at. So we got this side done here. I'm going to check them one more time to make sure they all move up and down. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing for now. So I'm going to go ahead and let these dry. I'll be doing the other sides and I'll be doing the wings. And after this we should be able to get a dry fit test. I'll snap everything in with the screws and we'll go outside and let you see how the big L-39 is compared to the 90mm size L-39. They're both full composite, so this is the beginning of our build. We're gluing all the hinges using 30-minute epoxy, 3-in-1 oil for the joints so they don't glue together. And I'll be using a Dremel tool when I put on my wing tanks. I'll be drilling the areas here to make it rough so the epoxy will stick there. So let's let this dry and I'll come back again with the plain dry fitted. Okay, so the 30-minute epoxy is pretty much dry. It's been sitting here for about 40 minutes. I've got the little tape here on the ends to hold everything in place, in position here. Got the wing tanks on there, ailerons on the wings, got the rudder section. Rudder's been epoxied in there. Still have the tape on there, I haven't took it off yet. I've got the elevator section epoxy, and they're still taped up in there. I'm going to go ahead and let these sit for probably another 30 minutes to make sure the epoxy is cured enough so I know it doesn't come out. So basically what I'm going to do now is put the wings on the fuselage, the rudder on the fuselage, and the elevator section on the fuselage. And I'll get you guys that picture I'll talk about.